girl, Tracy J, and I am sitting here with my beautiful daughter,
Zaporia Zai.
Welcome to the Chicks Cave.
A woman's sanctuary and a place where we can talk real life, motherhood, womanhood, healing, growth, faith, beauty, and becoming. All of that good stuff.
All that.
Y'all, let's go ahead and gather these chicks
Come
on today.
Come on in the cave, ladies.
Come on, sit with us for a while.
And we got a good topic.
Yes. Now, Mama, what is one thing you did for yourself this week?
Nothing. Nothing. Because I canceled my session with Lataria with my laser lipo cavitation. Had to cancel it because we were expecting bad weather. And I also had to cancel my appointment with my facial. For my facial with my girl Ariel. So, nothing. But I did go out and went bowling Saturday with my mommy and sisters and nieces. And I had a good time. I was tired. And I wasn't feeling my best because I believe I had overworked myself. But, yeah, I went and stayed a couple of hours and came home and got in the bed.
Well,
So I guess I rested because I felt better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and your daddy, we went out to eat Friday. Did we go out to eat Saturday? No, we laid in the bed and we ate.
Y'all listen.
Ooh, how to chill. I said, that's why I'm trying to work on this stomach. But what did you do? What did you do for yourself?
I went and got my hair done.
It is so cute.
Thank you. Shout out to my cousin, Tawanda Farley. Thank you for getting me in and out, girl. Just like, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And they thought my hair was too short for some knotless braids, but you definitely proved me wrong.
You got a little length.
I got a little piece of hair in the back. Yeah.
It's so cute.
Oh, now, y'all, let's get into the main topic for today. Before we get into the topic, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
All that, please. And thank you to the ones who've already done it. We truly appreciate you.
We do. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
The Chicks Cave is the place to be for the women.
The place to be. Mother and daughter duo.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
And let's get into the main topic for today. This segment we call the
Chicks Chat.
That's right. And the topic for today is what, Mama?
What is one thing you did? Break it. Don't laugh. Ooh, I got my glasses on. Don't laugh. Come on, ask me that again. Come on. So what's the topic?
Now let's get into the main topic for today. Now this segment we call the
Chicks Chat.
And the main topic for today is what, Mama?
Breaking generational curses without breaking each other.
Woo!
That's a good one. So with me, I would say, like, usually when you talk to people about breaking generational curses, it's something very bad that they want to stop.
What would you consider a generational curse?
I would say something like not being a good parent and you pass, not being a present parent,
right,
or a loving parent and you pass that down where you can't really get a relationship with your children because you never knew love and affection, like something like that, or maybe like a bad habit that you got from your parents. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't have those like big things, but I can say like growing up, I never went without, period. My mom and dad was a great provider. But, back then, my age is a little different where credit was not a big thing. Hard working was, so I'm so glad I got that from my mom and dad. But just credit or just learning how to save money. I just knew my dad worked and made money and took good care of us. So that's something, one thing I wanted to make sure I did when I had children. Didn't know I was going to become a mom so early. But, so I guess the financial part, I didn't really get that from my parents, like how to save or about my credit and stuff. That was like self-taught. And so that's why I wanted to pass that thing on to you all. So I don't know too much. I don't know about the generational curse. I don't know.
I was about to say,
like to pass, what is it?
Just hypothetically speaking, I would say like you got a parent that had had a drug addiction or struggled with, whatever they struggled with, and it kind of fell down on you. I think that's a generational curse.
Yeah. But I'm saying for us,
us
I'm trying to figure
financial.
that part.
Yeah.
So that's why
we gonna break it with you and then follow.
But you can't break it with me if it's a good thing. So generational curses are bad things you're breaking. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did learn about finances and credit, that's something I did instill in you all, especially the saving.
Mm-hmm.
So 16 years old, I started working at a hair salon when I was like 14, hustling, doing people hair from school. So I was making money. I was piercing ears at school. I would sell, I remember I used to get some lemonade packs, the Kool-Aid packs, and I would put sugar and salt in it, and I would sell it at school. And I used to pierce people's ears at school, and you had to pay me for that. And I used to do my friend's hair at home in the kitchen. So I was always a little hustler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think, no, I wouldn't say you breaking the financial thing from me. If anything, don't take the part when I didn't know how to save money. Don't get that from me.
Right.
Get the part that when I try to teach you how to save, when my saving little plan or whatever, whatever habit or whatever I had start. It comes down to the financial part. Like I don't have any bad habits from my parent, from my mom, that her mom did to. I can't speak on the generational curses that way, but I can say when it came down to financial literacy, I didn't get, that was not poured into me. What was poured into me is how to work and make money, but not to buy a house. Like I didn't learn how to buy a house from my parents, even though my dad bought a house, and back then my mom had paid for her trailer that we grew up in. It was paid for, but it was just like, get your credit right so you can, I graduated when I was 17, and I left my parents' house the day after I graduated. So I guess if I would have stayed a little longer, they would have taught me more about it. I'm not sure, but they did speak about it. I can't say they never brought it up, but just teaching me, no, I was never taught that, not even from my older siblings. Like it was something that I was winging it. Even when I bought my first home at 26, 28, I was a single parent with 2 children. I know I was working at Unique Image, and I forgot her name, but I know her husband's name was Corey, who owned a car wash down the street from Unique Image, and his wife was a realtor. And I remember her telling me how to save your money, put it in the bank, don't touch it, check your credit. Guess what? When I did check my credit, no credit is worse than bad credit sometimes. And I didn't have anything, because everything that I had before then, I was paying for it for cash, or you know what I'm saying, or it was gifted to me or something like that. So I didn't know anything about credit. She told me to go to the bank, get a loan, a small loan, pay it off, and that started my credit. And she prepared me. She walked me through the process of buying my house. And guess what? She was a total stranger to me. That was the crazy part about it. But yeah, she helped me. I did everything she told me, and guess what? I bought a house, but I knew nothing really about credit until then. That was so crazy. Yeah. That's when I ended up opening up my first Badcock account. Because guess what? I was going, if I wasn't buying it cash or buying it off somebody or being gifted to me, I was going to Color Vision to furnish my house because I didn't know nothing about credit.
Oh, wow.
And so, I knew, I used to Color Vision and furnish the whole house, but I wanted the new stuff. I never wanted the used stuff. How I used to be late with Color Vision, and then when I learned, I got good credit, I started going to Badcock. And that for years until they went out of business, it was Badcock. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was something that I wanted to make sure I passed on to you all. So that's why when y'all got 16, you got a job, because I knew to work when I was 16. And so y'all got your jobs. How old were you when you got your first car?
When I got my
when
first
you
car,
bought your first car,
I was 18 when I bought my first car.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what comes with the good credit. Yep. That's when I was telling you to save. I was big on y'all saving. I was making sure y'all had good credit. And Willie, your brother, bought his first house at 23. So I guess I did something right. Yeah. So you passed that on to Gracie. When Gracie was born, I started saving her little savings account or whatever.
Got some money, so we ain't got to worry about
So yeah, so it just depends on which generational curse you want to break or don't want to take, but there's a lot of people who deal with a lot of different generational curses. But I think it was the finance part
And it was
that
so,
I broke.
it's so crazy because I remember you had an event in Alabama. You had a women empowerment event, and there was this lady there, and she was saying that I was supposed to be breaking a generational curse. Now, you know, she said she see the similarities in me and you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just thinking on a generational curse, I'm seeing mom was a single mom with 2 kids until, you know, she got married, and then I came in married.
And you broke
with
that
2,
curse.
Right.
So that's one thing.
That's
yeah,
one,
you're
yeah,
right.
that's
You
one,
broke that curse to have your kids by one man, and you was married.
Right.
And that's something I didn't do. Neither did my mom.
So that's
that
a
is.
curse breaker.
That
Now,
is
if we did that without breaking each other. Now it
True.
did cause, as we can always say, it did cause a little friction.
Absolutely.
But hey, look where we at now.
Period.
So we broke the generation of curse without breaking each other.
Yeah. Period. Okay, man, we winning.
Psychology taught me that, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all something. I can listen to mine.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. So, and I remember saying that was. Remember, I used to tell you when you did one thing that I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
You had 2 kids by the same man, and you were married when you had your children. That was something I did not do. So that's a big one.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
But I was about to say, y'all, definitely, this is a topic that you would probably want to talk to your mom about. I think this is a good little sit down conversation so y'all can see what had happened or what similarities or whatever you may have that you're dealing with or holding on to, and you feel like it came from your parent. Talk to them like, Mama, what generational curse can we break?
Right.
So that, you know, we can go on a little further.
That's good.
Yeah. So now this segment here is let's get into the words from the wise. Now this segment is for the wise. Now I have a question for my mom today, and the question is: what advice would you give to someone finding themselves again?
Give yourself grace. It's gonna take time. Don't rush it. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna hurt. Trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, once you really fill your cup up, and when you fill your cup up, make sure you know what it is you're putting in your cup, because that's going to come back out. So you want self-love, accept your flaws, forgive yourself, forgive the ones who hurt you, like, speak life back into yourself, because it's so easy for us to just look in the mirror and then just dissect every bad thing about ourselves. We can point out all our flaws, but it's so hard for us to stand in that mirror and just point out the beauty, the good things about us. Let's change your mindset. Mm-hmm. You can change your whole life. So just take time with yourself. Go through the process. Don't stop. Sit in it. Sit with yourself. But just keep going. Throw your pity party, baby, and then exit. But it would definitely be worth it, for sure.
Definitely. I am a true and firm believer of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mama, let's get into this is my favorite segment, y'all. This is the Heart of the Cave segment. This segment is for y'all. Make sure y'all do like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can send your questions and suggestions in to our email at thechickscave@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. That's THECHICSCAVE@gmail.com.
All right. So the question is, confidence as a woman at different ages. So I guess it's not a question, but let's discuss that.
Let's
confidence as a woman. Confidence as a woman at different ages. God dang. Confidence as a woman at different ages.
Mm-hmm. That's so important. You know, I was just talking to Gracie about that the other day. Because I was telling her, I was just like, she was speaking down on herself or something. She had said something. And I was like, oh my God, where did your confidence go? Like, you should be the most confident baby. Yes, you used to be the most confident baby ever. Like, what happened? And I was like, is it because, you know, the kids were bullying you at school or teasing you at school? I'm not going to say bullying, I'm going to say teasing. The kids were teasing you at school about your weight. And she was like, yes. And I was like, let me tell you something, baby girl. You are beautiful, okay? You beautiful. you're the prettiest thing walking this earth in my eyes.
Mhm.
So keep your head up. Don't care about what these people say. My baby's so soft and she want to be everybody's friend, and she just don't understand sometimes when people are being mean to her. But it did kind of, shoot her confidence level down. And that's at a young age.
I had to talk to her about it too, and I was just telling her, I said, they're just mad. They're just mad because you are loved and you're beautiful. And I said, what do you think about yourself? I said, what did we used to say every morning? And then she repeated, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I can do anything. I said, okay, that still stands. That should change. I said, so no matter what people say about you, you don't listen to them. It's what you think about yourself is what matters. I said, do you think you're beautiful? She was like, yes, ma'am. I said, you think you're smart? She was like, yes, ma'am. I said, okay, so don't worry about what nobody else says. Right. But I feel like that's something you have to instill in children, like at a young age, because kids, before you even experience adulthood or teenage, as a teenager, these children will tear your self-esteem down before you even know what self-esteem is.
Right.
And, so you have to constantly pour into your child early so they'll know. You got to just, let them know you're beautiful. So great. We always telling her that she's beautiful.
It starts
and
at
I
home.
want to go.
It starts at home. Y'all, stop picking at your own kids so they want to be at the school picking at other people's kids. Right. Honestly, because Lord, hurt people.
Yeah, they do. Plain as day.
They do.
So if you being mean, usually bullies are not happy. Anybody that's a grown up too. You sitting around, you want to gossip about everybody, no matter what the good anybody else is doing. You can never find good in nobody else. It's simply because you don't see good in yourself. So of course, misery loves company. You want them down to your level, and that ain't how it should be. But if you had that self-love and not trying to say be perfect or high and mighty, no. But if you just loved yourself, and if you really at a place of joy, peace, or whatever, you want to see everybody else feeling like you feeling. But if you're not feeling like that, you want to see everybody feeling like you feeling. So you just gotta. That was some of the things I was just telling Grace. So they're just mad. They're not happy with themselves. But long as then just let it be. But yeah, that's just how it is. It starts off early, and we can go through confidence struggles at all ages.
Right.
Whether you're young, you're middle age, you're young adult, you're older. Your body changes, your mental changes, and Lord, they got social media. So guess what? That thief called comparison is all over social media. Yeah. So now you're comparing yourself to a picture that's been edited, perfected, and you're beating yourself up. If you see that person without all the edits and all that, you might just look better than the person that you envying. You know what I'm saying?
And stop using AI to make y'all pictures. Stop doing that. Not like that.
Please, people allow that.
They are. Well, I'm just y'all know I'm telling the truth now. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I'm saying that because that's also destroying your confidence level, because you're trying to look like what you see, what the computer has created you to be. That's not who you are. Be who you are. You see what I'm saying? But
we can all edit. Now we touch up.
We'll touch up a little picture. But mama, I'm talking about AI be having the ladies sitting. You saw me, Fifi.
Hey, get out, Miss Fifi, baby.
We love you, Miss Fifi. Listen, my girl
look natural.
It did look natural, but that's scary.
Yeah, you're right.
Where that's not like in psychology, confidence was one thing that we had talked about. I had to write an essay on confidence, but I had to write a essay on confidence and how AI has stripped confidence from everybody, from little kids to older people. You know what I'm saying? To even the men nowadays. Men out there getting their abs done.
Oh yeah, I be seeing that.
Little stuff like that. So that's kind of boosting their confidence. Like whatever y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? Go out if you feel like you want some lipo, go get you some lipo. If you feel like you want to do something to your face, that's fine. I'm not saying that to boost your confidence. You can do that,
but you can do all the work on the outside that you want.
Inside.
If that inside don't match that outside, you will never be satisfied. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I keep saying it starts on the inside. We can paint a pretty picture. What Andre 3000 said? We can paint a pretty picture, but you can't something, whatever. But anyway, you can paint a pretty picture is what people see. But how do you feel when you're not on social media, when you're not posting this, or when you're not taking a picture, when you're not editing yourself? How do you feel when you're looking in the mirror at yourself naked? Like not, well, naked without, or just naked, no filter, no makeup, just you. How do you really feel? That's what matters the most. So, like I said, you got a lot of people who've had enhancements done. They gonna keep doing different things because they're still not happy on the inside. And it's okay. I don't knock it because I've had my, I've done some stuff. Got me some girls. Anyway, but so I don't knock it now. I don't knock it, but I'm just saying, make sure your inside, no matter what the outside looks like, make sure your inside is good. You secure on the inside.
Right,
So
right.
that's it. If not, you'll never be satisfied. You can always find something else about yourself to try to fix, and you missing the main thing you should fix. That's the inside.
Right. But like I said, not only social media will tell a woman's confidence down, but a man will too. It could be I was about to say their partner, the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? It done got to a point where you done gave your all to this person, and now they walk away and they leave. You just shot. You just.
And that comes with the self-love.
Mm-hmm.
That comes with you not pouring into yourself. You're pouring from an empty cup, or you just pouring out of your cup into somebody else's cup, but that person is not pouring into you. You're empty.
Yeah. So
when they leave, you've given your all to that person. You have nothing for yourself.
So now back to the word from the wise question. That's when I say, what advice would you give someone? I'm speaking on that woman because she could be watching this.
Mm-hmm.
She could be watching this video. So what would you tell that woman who is trying to find herself again? She just got out of a relationship with a man who has just thrown her self-esteem to the ground, honey, and so she's trying to rebuild herself up. Like, what would you tell that girl?
Go through it. Like, go through the process, have your pity party, and then exit. Mm-hmm. You start working on yourself. You got to sit with yourself first of all. I would tell you to do these things. Write you some affirmation. Whatever you want to feel about yourself, write them down. Put them in a jar each morning. Pull it out the jar, speak it to yourself. Put you some sticky notes around on your mirror, but you got to speak life back into yourself. You got to pray about it, but you got to want it. Like, use the energy that you put into somebody else, put it into yourself, and stop making, like, some people just feel like just trying to speak positivity or life back into themselves. Like, it's like pulling teeth. It's like dang near impossible. I don't understand it because I went through it too, where it was just hard for me to say anything good about myself, but I can tear myself down. But yeah, just go through it, and it's worth it. Trust the process. But if you want it bad enough, you'll work towards it. Mm-hmm. And just know you're not alone. You're not the first. You're not the last. But just focus on you for once, and don't think it's selfish. Self-love is not selfish. It's not.
It's not. And don't let nobody tell you that it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't let nobody judge. When you do get that self-love, they're going to say you're cocky. No, you just let them know you're confident, okay? It's a difference.
That's right.
It's a difference.
That's right. I like that. I like that. Well, y'all, that is the end of our episode for today.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and close this thing out, Mama.
From our hearts to the
heart of the cave. Until we meet again.
In the Chicks Cave.
All right, chicks.